مبعوث رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما وفقهنا إذا علمتنا. اللهم ارفعنا وانفعنا بالقرآن العظيم. اللهم اجعله لنا نورا وإماما وهدى ورحمة. Any question about Surah Ghafir and that speak about the one who revealed the Holy Qur'an, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if I want to add that we have 3 verses in Surah Al-Ghafir, it starts by the holy name Allah. Allah did so, Allah did that, you know. We have 3 verses in this surah started by the holy name Allah. If no question, with your permission, I'm going to move to Surah Al-Shura. We'll come back and speak about Surah Fussilat. Surah Al-Shura, its common meaning is what? It's revelation. If you want to know about revelation, this is the best source to know about revelation. Even that in this surah it's mentioned the type of revelations. وَمَا كَانَ الْبَشَرِ يُكَلِّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا وَحْيًا. And this is the verse number 51, you know, in Surah Al-Shura, speak about type of revelations, you know, and speak about revelation from different aspects, you know. Highlight certain prophets and how the revelation was to them, you know, and you name it. So here you have this surah speak about revelation. Again, we'll pass Surah Al-Zukhruf for a moment. Surah Al-Dukhan speaking about who? The one who received the revelation. Who are they? The messengers. Messengers in general. Messengers. That's why you have 3 descriptions mentioned in this surah. You have one verse end by Rasulun Mubin, to clarify the messenger that clarify the point. And Rasulun Kareem, what's the meaning of Kareem?
Generous.
No.
Honor.
No. Honor, not generous. Okay. Kareem in Arabic, in most cases, not always, mean honor. Okay. When you say Kareem here, honor, and part of the honor, you know, to be generous. Okay. And we have the 3rd verse say Rasulun Ameen. Okay, and here give you some of the qualities, you know, of the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Speak about those who receive the revelation. Okay. At the end of it you have speaking about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in particular. فَإِنَّمَا يَسَّرْنَاهُ بِلِسَانِكَ. And we made it available for everyone by your tongue, or your tongue may be interpreted as his language, Arabic language, or maybe interpreted about his eloquent way, you know, of speaking, you know, which make it available for everyone. Even if in Arabic language, you are going to find someone who is eloquent, you know, and fluent, and the other one is not as such. And here, this one of the quality of the Prophet ﷺ, the way he conveyed, the way he used to speak, the way he, even not only Qur'an, the way he speaks his ahadith as described by Sayyidah Aisha. So this ends by giving this specialty of the Prophet ﷺ as a messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again we'll pass Surah Al-Jasiyah, speak about Surah Al-Ahqaf. This speak about the receiver of the revelation, the nations, how they respond to the prophets or to the messengers. Nations, their negative and positive response. Okay, you have here those who accepted, you know, and believe in it, and those who rejected and tried to harm so here speak about the receivers, not only from human, even speak about receiver from whom? From the jinn. وَإِصْطَرَفْنَا إِلَيْكَ نَفَرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقُرْآنَ. You have it here. And here speak about the receiver of revelation. I'm going to go quickly again. The one who really revealed the revelation, the receiver of the revelation, namely messengers, and those nations that received this from the messengers. Okay. What's about those surahs in the middle? This surah, Surah Fussilat, to tell you about the relation between the one who revealed the revelation and the revelation. What's the relation between them? Tanzilun min ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay? And this to tell you about the relation between the revelation and the one who received it. How was the look at it? And here, example of it. People of Mecca, they said if there's revelation from Allah, the one who deserves it is Utbah al-Rabi'a in Mecca and Umayyah ibn Abi Salt in Ta'if. How come those two high noble people, they did not receive the revelation and you received it? And here speak about the relation. Who has the good relation with the revelation to be received? You see? And here you speak about the relation between the messengers and the nations. I'm going to highlight a little bit more now in my talk. So, before going in deep, in this, do you understand the chain that I'm speaking about? How we receive the Qur'an? Yani we open our eyes in this dunya, we found this Qur'an. But this Qur'an, it took all this way, to come to us. And this is in the unseen level, Perhaps the last destination is the seen one, when we speak about the nation, But it's in the unseen level. And you see how great is this chain. Now I'm going, if you fully now understand it and you are familiar with it, I try to highlight certain points, which for me they are too important, and I accept any comment or anyone who want to clarify certain other points. The first point I want to highlight, I think I mentioned it to some of you. We read in Sirah that the people of Mecca, when they found out, this is one of the nature of the Prophet ﷺ and his invitation, his da'wah, that he is going to be strongly spread all over. And this is the meaning of zuhur, yuzhirahu ala ad-dini kulli. Yani they found out, those people of Mecca, regardless of how hard and how skillful they are, in fighting against the Prophet ﷺ, this during the time of Mecca, before immigration, the call of the Prophet or the invitation of the Prophet spread strongly. And they came and tried to speak, what's the best way, to get over it. They decided that if he want money, we are going to collect money for him to make him the wealthiest one among us. If he wants to get married to a beautiful woman, we'll let him choose whoever he wants. If he wants to be a ruler of us, we are not going to give any rule without his consultation. If he wants to be a king, we are going to put him as a king. If this is a disease, a problem that he cannot get over, we are going to collect all physicians, and try to treat him. Let's have some resolution to this problem. And they said, send Utbah ibn Rabi'a. Utbah ibn Rabi'a, as described by the Prophet, in all communities and all people, you are going to find someone who is moderate. Okay, and Utbah ibn Rabi'a was one of the moderate people. He was not that extreme in his in showing his hatred, to the Prophet ﷺ. And this was described by the Prophet in some occasion that if someone of them has khair so and so, he said ﷺ. So here they choose. You see, they are smart people. They choose the one who gave these offers to the Prophet ﷺ, a moderate person. And this moderate person, Utbah ibn Rabi'a, he went to the Prophet ﷺ, and he gave these offers to the Prophet ﷺ. But I want to say, what did the Prophet ﷺ answer? Did he say yes or no? Yeah, he started reciting Surah Fussilat. He did not answer. He started بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حاميم تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم كتاب and that person and he returned back to his speech. My point, why did the Prophet ﷺ recite Surah Fussilat? What's the point? What's the relation between the offer and reciting Surah Fussilat?
Yeah, describe for us what is the Quran. No, it reminds him of the consequences, right?
يعني here the Prophet ﷺ in very polite way trying to tell them, you see how low you are, how slim you are. Look at something that you are speaking about money, about woman, about kingdom, about this, and I'm speaking about what? I'm speaking about revelation come from Allah. There's no comparison, you see? And here, this, in my opinion, support my idea that Surah Fussilat to speak about the relation between the one who believed and the revelation. And the Prophet ﷺ said, you come from this standard and my standard is way up. And an example of it, when they were arguing and calling the Prophet ﷺ liar because he said that he traveled to Jerusalem, overnight, and in the same night the Prophet ﷺ went to the seventh heaven and above it to Sidrat Muntaha and whatever. I see how silly these people they are, speaking about. There's no comparison, the distance between Mecca and Jerusalem and the distance between the earth, and the heavens. And now those astronomers, they speak about billions of years, and you name it, So here, you see what level they are, how silly they are in their level, and the level the Prophet ﷺ speak about. And here is the same. Why did the Prophet ﷺ answer him by Surah Fussilat? Just to tell him that you are too silly, in your offer. You are speaking about very trivial matters, I don't care about them. I don't compete in those matters. To be honest with you, you see, some of people, they became Muslim because when they observe this from the Prophet ﷺ, that he is not interested in the matter they are interested in. Now we are interested in collecting money, they will say. This person is not interested about money. When I looked at that valley and which was filled of sheep, he looked at me, he said, you like this? He said, yes. All yours, take them. Oh. And this made him Muslim. Even Sayyidina Anas ibn Malik used to say, many of these people will not make Islam except for this, for money. But right away when they became Muslim, and they taste the meaning of the Islam, the noble characters of the Prophet ﷺ, they became, with short period of time, ready to sacrifice everything for the sake of the Prophet ﷺ. So here, this is, I think, this support my idea. Why did the Prophet ﷺ recite Surah Fussilat? He did not say anything, no answer from his side. He just recited Surah Fussilat to tell him about the level that he speak about. Okay, let's give an idea about what we try to explain here. Okay, what's about Surah Zukhruf? Surah Zukhruf, again, as I said, speak from the, for example, Pharaoh here in Surah Zukhruf. How come Musa is a prophet and he's Maheen and not one to be respected? He's not a respected person, and when he speaks, he doesn't know how to speak. You see, these are the criterion of Pharaoh, those the look, how the prophet should be. Those people of Mecca, as I said, he said, how come Muhammad will receive revelation? If there's revelation, should be received by this high authority in Ta'if city or this high authority in Mecca. Those are the people who are eligible. You see, this is the look of them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meanwhile, in this surah, highlight certain of high figures, in the Prophet, Sayyidina Ibrahim, Sayyidina Musa, Sayyidina Isa, all of these prophets, they were mentioned in Surah Al-Zukhruf to tell them about the look, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose His prophet, and the silly standard of the people, when they try to search for a prophet, in their behalf. You see, again here, it's speak about the relation between the revelation, who is ready, for sure, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them ready to receive the revelation, who is in his description that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created him by this description, is ready to receive the revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. About Surah Al-Jasiyah, you have a repetition of the word ayah, I think 13 times in first page. It has been repeated. Ayah, again, as we mentioned before, may mean verse of the Qur'an and may mean miracle. Okay? And this is one of the, or this is the major way of making the nations, accept the message of the prophets, either by miracles or by the verses. And we are the luckiest when the Muslims, we are the luckiest. Why? Because we have the verse and the miracle in one thing. And that's what the Prophet ﷺ said. There's no messenger or prophet not supported by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by something to make people believe in him. And what I was given is a revelation. So I would like to, or I would wish to have the greatest number among them of the followers in the hereafter. Right. The greatest number of followers in the hereafter. Why? Because his miracle, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is his teaching. This is the first point. And the second point is going to last forever. Okay? Yani, we fully believe in the miracles of the other prophets, but we did not observe it. Whereas the miracle of the prophet is going to last with us till the hereafter. You see the difference? That's why the Prophet ﷺ highlighted this point. And I would like to say, even I don't like it a lot, but this is part of it. Here, the adhab was described here in this first page in 4 different descriptions. Maheen, Alim, Azim, Min Rijzin Alim. You see, what's the connection? Again, when you have this great ayah, the one who rejects, he exposes himself to those type of punishment that has been mentioned in Surah Al-Jasiyah in the same pattern. So by this we complete. Just I want to highlight one point. Here in Surah Al-Zukhruf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, حاميم والكتاب المبين إنا جعلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون وإنه في الكتاب. What is الكتاب? Many they translate it as the tablet. Okay? الكتاب, the tablet. اللوح المحفوظ, the tablet. Okay. This is the first step that I want to. Okay. You have in the second surah the same start. حاميم والكتاب المبين. Okay. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة مباركة إنا كنا منذرين فيها يفرق كل أمر حكيم. I know that majority of interpreters, they said this is the night of Qadr, Laylat al-Qadr. But Ikrimah, Mawla ibn Abbas, he said this is not the night of Qadr. This is the night of mid of Sha'ban. Laylat Bara'a, they call it, the Pakistan people, Laylat Bara'a, or the mid of Sha'ban. فيها يفرق كل أمر حكيم. So, here we speak about, and here to try to convey what I'm trying to say. Firstly, we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has attributes. One of His attributes is knowledge. In His knowledge, do you have Qur'an? Yes. Rather, He has the other attribute, speech. Okay, kalamullah. We say kalamullah. Okay. These matters. Knowledge, speech of Allah. Are they approachable to us? No way. Yes, no way. Okay. So here, when was the first time to have this, which is attribute of Allah that unreachable to us, became in something created? Yes? And where it has its first determination, let's say. In the tablet. See? He speak about the first step of the Qur'an, because you believe that the tablet is created, right? Any doubt about it?
No.
The tablet is created. Okay? Attributes of Allah, they are not created. So here the first appearance of the Qur'an in the creation set, when was it? In the tablet. The second step, again, according to Ikrimah, where was this? They call it al-Wah al-Mahwa al-Isbat, the tablets that you may omit or erase or fix something in it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Ra'd, يَمْحُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيُثْبِتُ عِنْدَهُ أُمُّ الْكِتَابِ. We read in Mi'raj Sharif that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam ascended to a level, he heard pens writing, right? You read this in the hadith? Yes? And he reached a level, he heard, sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he did not say, see, I saw. He said, I heard, I reached a level hearing the pen writings. In the tablet, is it possible to have pen writing now? Because the Prophet ﷺ said, رُفِعَتْ الْأَقْلَامُ وَجَفَّتِ الصُّحُفُ. No more writing and nothing done. Because this has been done way back. أَوَّلُ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْقَلَمُ. This is the first creation. And it was done in very, very old, remote way, you know, in the past. So here, when the Prophet ﷺ heard this writing and erasing, he's speaking about what? Another level down. This is down than the tablet. This is the level of what they call al-Wah al-Madhu wal-Isbat, the tablets of erasing and writing. Little bit difficult. When this has happened, when you have the data's come from the tablet to al-Wah al-Mahwa al-Isbat, when? According to Ikrimah, on the night of Mid-Sha'ban. Yeah, for each year, every year, whatever is going to happen in this particular year is going to be moved, the information will be moved or directed, you know, from the tablet to al-Wah al-Mahwa al-Isbat. Even this movement, when I move my hand like this, originally it was in the knowledge of Allah, then it was written in the tablet. At the last mid of Sha'ban, this was written in al-Wah al-Mahwa al-Isbat, that so and so is going to move his hand. We'll speak about it because we'll speak about the Qur'an, the same maneuver. Yes?
So is this the last tablet before the Prophet ﷺ receives it? And
No, we still have no way. Wait a minute. This is one on the way. Because as you may imagine, this is very high. The Prophet ﷺ said, after the seventh heaven, I reached the level of hearing the pen writing. Okay.
Yeah, that's meaning that time is still writing. It's not stopped.
Not that time, even this time, you know. Yani in the mid of Sha'ban, according to Ikrimah, in the night of mid of Sha'ban, anything was going to take place, you know, in this particular coming year, is going to be moved. The data is going to be moved from the tablet to this level. Okay. Then, where is going to move? To the heavens. Okay. Here, you have different specialty. They are not going to move to one place. In my imagination, I don't know, okay? If something related to Kaaba, perhaps it's going to be in the 7 heavens because the Bayt al-Ma'mur is in the 7th one, okay? You got my point? If it's something related to beauty, it's going to be in the 3rd one. Because they said the 3rd heaven is the heaven of beauty. And you may name it. If it's related to the attributes, the 2nd one. If it's related to the names, to the 1st one. We know that Ibn Abbas said, the Qur'an, in the night of Laylat al-Qadr, has a trip down from here to the house of honor in the 1st heaven. Now we have the answer from Ibn Abbas. I don't know it. He said, on the night of Laylat al-Qadr, the Qur'an went down. From where he did not say. Went down to the house of honor, Bayt al-Izzah, in the 1st heaven. Okay? Now we know the location of the Qur'an, and it was not in number 7, 6, or 5, it was in 1st heaven. Okay? In a place called House of Honor, Bayt al-Izzah. And in the same particular night, the first 5 verses, it took all the way down to Ghari Hira.
From Bayt al-Izzah?
Yes, in the same night. The whole Qur'an descended from Al-Wah al-Mahw al-Isbat, from mid-Sha'ban to House of Honor in the 1st heaven, in Laylat al-Qadr, and in the same Layla, the first revelation came down to Ghar Hira on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You see the journey of the Qur'an? The journey of Qur'an from the knowledge of Allah or the attributes of Allah to the tablet, to Al-Wah al-Mahw al-Isbat, to House of Honor, to Ghar Hira. The story did not end here. Whenever you have anything done, when I move my hand like this, there is an angel responsible to write down so and so move with his hand. And this is going to go all the way up to fix this data. This is mentioned in Surah Al-Sajdah. يُدَبِّرُ الْأَمْرَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ ثُمَّ يَعْرُجُ إِلَيْهِ فِي يَوْمٍ كَانَ مِقْدَارُهُ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ مِمَّا تَعُدُّونَ. And this journey, not from the beginning, from here, way down and up, how long does it take? 1 day, which is equal to 1,000 years. You see, this hand movement. You see how we take it easy and how long does it take, to have it? Okay. Here, what I'm trying to say, the Qur'an has the whole journey down. Okay? And there is one narration in the Quran mentioned that the Qur'an was revealed over 23 years, every year whatever is going to be revealed in that particular year. I'm not sure about this narration. If it's right, that means when the Qur'an moved from the tablet to here, not all the Qur'an moved, what was about to be revealed in the 1st year. And then took its way. In the 2nd year, again it came from the tablet to al-Wah. And the 3rd year, in the same maneuver, over the years till the whole Qur'an finished. You see the trip of the Qur'an, the journey, how was it, how long it took and how you receive it. And this tells us about the chain of the Qur'an in one way or another. Okay. Any question? Khalas, yes.
Well, I don't know if this is not too off topic, but with respect to the Lawh al-Mahfuz, the art, we make dua, that it could change, I'm not sure which tablet, but it could change certain things within the Lawh. So you're saying that it's permanent, or it had become permanent at a certain time? How does dua relate?
You speak about Laylat al-Nisf in Sha'ban. There's some narration, I think, from Sayyidina Abdullah Mas'ud. I don't know how strong is it, that if you wrote me in the tablet as not shaqi, inshallah, no one of us is shaqi, or Allah changed it, We have some or trivial controversy about it, but most of the scholars, they said, whatever written there is not going to be changed. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ said the first creation is the pen, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed him to write his knowledge in his creation till the hereafter. Do you expect that the knowledge of Allah is going to be changed? No way. Okay. That change may take place in al-Wah al-Mahw al-Isbat. Yani perhaps some of the interpreter, you know, he said al-Kitab, but perhaps the original dua was about al-Wah al-Mahw al-Isbat. We may have changed in al-Wah al-Mahw al-Isbat, but in the original one, no. I give you a simple example according to my mind, okay? When someone commits sin, it's written in al-Wah al-Mahw al-Isbat that so and so, the bad person have done this, okay? When he make istighfar, this is going to be erased. Okay? This is going to be erased. This in this level. But on the level of the tablet, you have the complete information. So and so is going to be to commit this sin, and later on is going to make istighfar, is going to be erased. And they receive the information one by one. Even perhaps, I'm not sure, you know, but perhaps even the angel who received the first information about sins, he's not aware that the person is going to repent or make istighfar or whatever. Yani the information is going to come step by step, okay? So in another way, what I'm trying to say, in the tablet, that's what I believe. I cannot say this is consensus. We have some scholars that say, they said, it's changeable, but in my opinion, nothing is going to be changeable. Whatever written there on that level is not going to be changed forever. Okay. Whereas for Arwah al-Wah al-Isbat, you may have many matters written there and then erased. We spoke before about when you have dua and this is going to go against the disaster or against the whatever coming down or the disease, you know. So here you may have in al-Wah al-Mahw al-Isbat, so and so is going to be sick with cancer, let's say, okay? And the angel who is responsible for cancer will bring it down to him. But perhaps if he said, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-'afwa wal-'afiyah, and was night of acceptance, you know, is going to go up and fight against that one, you know, and that one which was written there is going to be erased, okay? Yani in my poor mind, in this level, if we speak about this level, yes, you are right, those information may be changed. Even the angels, they may not know about it. That's why you have in the hadith that about the one who killed 100 persons, that you have a fight between those people of hellfire, the angels of hellfire and the angels of heaven. Because everyone fight in his aim, in his target, you know. He wants to fulfill the task which was given to him from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. But on the level of tablets, if I understand the hadith well, that's mean the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is unchangeable, cannot be changed, it's impossible. And this is the meaning of Lawh al-Mahfuz. Mahfuz of what? Protected of what? Protected of change, not change. Protected of change.
Does this really make a difference in matters of dua though? Because Allah can change anything, right? Even if it's in the tablet, Allah can change it.
Why you want to involve yourself in matter that you don't have business there? Why you speak about tablets?
Well,
What's wrong there, Yani? Why you speak about something is not your business? I'm sorry to say this. Yani your business to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to try to change everything. But why you insist in saying, I want to change the knowledge of Allah? We are not of that level. And we are incapable of doing it. Since the tablet is the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we cannot change the knowledge of Allah. You want to make dua? Make dua. Okay. You should not you want. You should make dua because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemned those people who doesn't make dua. Okay? But to say, I am skillful person, I'm going to change the tablet. No, we are not that skilled.
The question is that some people say with dua you can't change your qadar, but then it's as though you're limiting God's power by saying that if you should be able to make dua.
You have two components, okay? You have qada and qadar, right?
What's qada?
You are familiar with the two components, qada and qadar?
Yes.
Okay. So here we have some controversy. Some scholars, they said qada is the old one, the knowledge of Allah, and qadar was going to take place now. If we speak about the old one, this is unchangeable. If we speak about what's going to take place now, this may be changed. You got my point? So again, the one who said the qadar is the new one which going to take place right now, it is changeable. And this is maybe supported by that statement from the Prophet, لا يرد القضاء إلا الدعاء, when you consider the qada as the new one, not the old one. And when you consider the qadar as the new one, this again, the qadar again, you can't change it. You can't change it if it's the new one. If it's the old one, no change. Why? What's the problem with the changing the old one? That means we relate ignorance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not know. And this is impossible. You got my point? So to say that this changed the qadar, if you're speaking about the new event, yes, you are right. If we speak about the old one, no, this is impossible. Yes?
For me, I find it simpler for myself to understand when I think of it as a daftar, a notebook, right, with the lawh al-mahfuz al-ithbat. That's just, it's changeable. It's something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enables that to be erased and written as things go along. And then the lawh al-mahfuz, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already knows what's going to happen. And so there's no need to, there's no place for change in that, because He already knows what's going to happen. So He writes down what the lawh al-mahfuz al-ithbat would already write down, ultimately. Right? Isn't that?
And this is to simplify it. It's more complicated. I'm not ready to understand it. I don't think the other way are ready. Everyone is going to try to understand in his way. Okay? But what I try to highlight here, unchanged, no change of the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no change of the old predestination. You may have change of the coming one, which is no one, which has been set up, you know, and the command or the order was given to the angel to do this or that. This may be changeable. An example of it, when the Prophet ﷺ exposed to those people in Ta'if city and they came back, the order came to the angel of mountains to go down and do whatever the Prophet told him to do. Yani, in the we don't know, and I cannot say even mind. For this angel, he's ready to put the mountains together, and there's nothing to stop him. When the Prophet ﷺ said no, this decision has been changed. Okay, but in knowledge of Allah, nothing changed. That's why I don't like to keep speaking about it, you know, because the Prophet ﷺ said, إِذَا ذُكِرَ الْقَدَرْ فَأَمْسِكُوا. For sure, not only yourself, all of us, since Al-Qadar is an attribute of Allah, we try to ease it or try to understand it, but to be honest with you, no one has the ability to understand it. Why? Because this part of this one attribute of Allah, and we have significant lacking, you know, of understanding any attribute of Allah. We speak about knowledge and we think that we know what's the meaning of knowledge of Allah. To be honest with you, we are lost there, you know, and confused the same way we are lost and confused in the Qadar, without any change.
So what's the function of the house of honor? You talked about that coming, the third step. What's the function of that level?
We'll come, inshallah, to Surah Al-Talaq. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explain how everything happened on the earth. It has something related to it heaven in certain heaven. Okay? So how or what or whatever, I don't know. But what I know, that the event of revelation of the Qur'an took place in the heaven before taking place in the earth. What's there in house of honor or whatever, I don't know. But this is fix my idea about all those orders or commands which come, they will go through the heavens, and this heaven, you are going to find specialized angels, you know, who will take care of those matters.
Okay, I just want to ask about the revelation in the Qur'an. It was already revealed before the creation of the humans, right? I mean, it was already revealed in heaven.
We cannot say revealed, it was written.
It was written.
وَإِنَّهُ فِي أُمُّ الْكِتَابِ, because the Prophet ﷺ said that the pen wrote on the tablet the knowledge of Allah till the hereafter. Is portion of this knowledge the Qur'an that we recite nowadays? Yes, it's portion of this knowledge. So we know for sure that the Holy Qur'an was written. I cannot say revealed, it may be revealed, but it was written on the tablet. This is the first appearance of the Qur'an in the creation.
Okay, so my follow-up question to that is, why did it take until the time of the Prophet for the Qur'an to be revealed? Why wasn't it revealed to the earlier peoples that inhabited the earth?
Okay. Why your shape and your intellect and your degree, I don't know, your skills wasn't given to Sayyidina Adam or Sayyida Hawa or someone before you? Why?
I don't know.
I don't know either. There's an attribute called irada, will, the will of Allah. Okay? The will, what is the will of Allah? We have many possibilities. Okay? In my mind, this Quran may be revealed to Sayyidina Nuh. It's a possibility. Okay? And I may put a lot of possibilities in. We have something impossible and we have something possible. This is a possibility. Okay. Why this came to the Prophet, not coming to someone else? Why I am so and so, not so and so the other person? This is the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? And this is again an attribute, another attribute of Allah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has this will to have this given to this person, or this creation happen in that particular time, or the Masih Dajjal will show up in this year, or this or that. This all wills of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes?
There was a very good practice, I think it used to be more before the now, and they say it's bid'ah. They used to fast the middle of Shaban, and they used to read Surah Yasin and a dua, special dua. And there is part of the ayat that are mentioned in the Surah Al-Ra'd. And now they say it is a bid'ah. And really, can you comment on this? Is it really bid'ah or what? I mean, it's just a dua and it's a good dua.
Firstly, if and here we have a scholar called Ikrimah. Ikrimah he was a slave of Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas. And according to many narrators, he got the knowledge of Ibn Abbas. When Ikrimah said that this is night of Sha'ban, it's very silly to say that such a person did not know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. You got my point? And to say it's same of Laylatul Qadr and this one is mistaken is easy one, you know. But in my feeling, when you have a sophisticated person speaking about it, that means he has some extra knowledge that we don't have. Okay. Again, he may be mistaken, it's a possibility. I cannot tell. But here for me, such a person when he say, no, this is, even though Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil mubarak and everyone thought that this is Laylatul Qadr, I'm telling you this is not Laylatul Qadr, this is Laylatul Nusf al-Sha'ban. Here I take it for seriously. And this is even used by the fuqaha in their judgment, how they analyze the text and how they, even in the court, you know, Islamic court, how the judge is going to accept the proof of name, you name it. We have something similar to it, and I cannot go by it, you know. But what I'm trying to tell you, this is a controversial issue. Here I cannot buy easy as someone did. I know that many scholars, they said Ikrimah is mistaken here. I cannot say that such a person who is knowledgeable, he took the knowledge of Ibn Abbas, is not a word of Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. This is the first point. If we speak about hadith-wise, even I read to one of the Salafi people, you know, or one of the strong Salafi people, they said the hadith, ينزل الله في ليلة النصف من شعبان. This is, he said, this is hadith sound by itself. This is a comment of one of them, narrated by Sayyidina Mu'adh ibn Jabal, and it's available in Musnad Imam Ahmad. He said about another hadith narrated by Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, this is by itself not strong, but when you join it to other, it's going to give extra strength. Okay, so at least we have the interpretation of the Qur'an by Ikrimah, and we have these two hadiths that according to the standard of these people, you may prove an obligation by it according to their standard. So why I cannot make nafila or optional matter, of it? If they, by sound hadith, they said you have the right to make an obligation from it, or understand, or give a rule of an obligation or prohibition, from sound hadith. So for me, doesn't make a lot of sense, because this is, I did not get it from our scholars. I read it and I have the book available. This one famous Salafi Shaykh, this is his opinion about these two hadiths that I mentioned. The other hadiths of Laylat Nusf and Sha'ban, they are weak. Okay, I'm not going to argue about it. But we have one chain by itself, it's sound, a strong one, perhaps not authentic, but Hasan, and the other one, by the support, is going to be considered as accepted.
And now for in the middle of Sha'ban is the qadr of the human, of every person by himself, and for that year. It's not the Qur'an being descended that night. I mean, there is a difference, right? Kitab of the mu'min, qadr for this year. It's not like there is no contradiction.
Let me rephrase your question.
Yeah.
The events that are going to take place in that particular year. Right?
Right, yeah.
In the middle of Sha'ban, and every year we have the events that is going to take place in that particular year. So, in the year the Prophet ﷺ received the revelation, you consider this as an event or not?
Yes.
It's one of the major events, and it took the same way, the same route, from the tablet all the way in the middle of Sha'ban of that particular year, and to House of Honor, and all the way down.
So is that referring that the Qur'an was revealed in the middle of Sha'ban? We're not saying one of the events that was meant to be in this year.
At what level? At what level you are speaking? At what level you are speaking? If you speak between the level of Al-Wah, Al-Maha, Al-Isbat and the first heaven, yes, this is, sorry, no. I'll erase this. If you speak about the level from the tablet to Al-Wah, Al-Maha, Al-Isbat, yes, I say this was in the mid of Sha'ban. If we speak about from these tablets, the multiple tablets, to House of Honor, no, this was not Laylat al-Nusf in Sha'ban, this was Laylat al-Qadr. Okay. So here we have different levels, because as you may know, in the original tablet, this was written way back, millions of years or more. I don't know how many years, before. So here, whenever you want to put a date, please verify what level you are speaking about.
Now another thing about the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, we said, I'm not sure the word by word, but when the human works, like يعمل بعمل الصالحين, and then يسبق عليه الكتاب, when يسبق عليه الكتاب هو tablets, right?
That's right.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
yes.
knows
because in this tablet,
right,
it's written that this person is going to have decent deeds, and a very, very good matters, good worshipper, or for 70 or 80 years, and at the end, Ya Latif is going to be changed. And this is maybe delivered down gradually. And even the angels, they are not familiar with this,
Yeah.
They write the greatness of this person and whatever, and all of a sudden you have this decision come down. Nas'alullah al-afiyah.
Because this is the hadith that the Sahaba asked the Prophet, so why do we work?
That's right.
And then he said, no, I mean... Yeah,
that's right. This is a very good point. Everything has been written, and that's what's the point of working, if everything has been predesignated for us, and he said, i'malu. When he instructed, he is the messenger of Allah, that means he conveyed this command from Allah. Allah said, telling you, do, show your actions. Other questions? Sorry if I make it complicated, I try to simplify it the way, but again, just to show that chain that I'm speaking about. And I think the one who had the earth or the ground chain, or the one who doesn't have it, he should be proud of this chain, and we should have another look of it. And for me, I don't know if this is explained the rope that was mentioned by the Prophet ﷺ. So he said, Al-Quran is like a rope, one end by the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the other end, by your hand. In details, you will have this to explain what the Prophet ﷺ meant by it. It could be. I cannot be sure, that this is what he meant.
Is that same year was?
Same year of what?
Was when came down from
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it's written in the tablet in, we don't know how many millions years ago, but it descended in the year of revelation, year of the prophethood of the Prophet. When he was 40 years old, it descended in the mid of Sha'ban to this level, and in the Laylatul Qadr in Ramadan, it descended to first heaven and all the way down for the first 5 verses. Yes, this was in 1 year. If we want to give the date according to the age of the Prophet ﷺ, he was above 40, little bit. Okay, question?
For the middle of Sha'ban, there is a weak hadith, but we can use it as Fada'il A'mal.
That's right. This is the other point. But we don't want to argue with these people. They will say, no, will not accept. So we'll tell them, according to your resources, these ahadith, they are sound. Okay. Yes, but if there is something which is, I cannot worship Allah in a way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not designate for me. Okay? And yes, for sure, it's very important point, but we should match it. For example, I'll give you an example about it. We read in Qur'an that the previous nation, even some previous prophet, they used to make fasting of speaking. Okay? This was one of their way of worshipping of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can I make it now? No, I'm prohibited, to do it. So even if I have good niyyah about it, good intention, I cannot do it. Because the Prophet ﷺ instructed us, either when you find that there is some benefit, speak about it, or keep silent. So I keep silent, not out of fasting, I keep silent because I did not find any benefit in speaking in this particular matter. Other questions? Yes?
You said the 5 ayahs came from Al-Wah al-Mawjud to earth, so...
No, not from Al-Wah al-Mahu. From Al-Wah al-Mahu, you have all the Qur'an went down to the first heaven and the Laylatul Qadr. And the first 5 verses of Iqra' bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq went all the way down, complete the trip down to Ghab Hira.
Okay, and the whole Quran in one shot come from tablet to Al-Wah al-Mawjud?
And by one shot come from Al-Wah al-Ismail to the house of honor in the first heaven. Again one shot. Okay. There's another opinion that in every year, there's one narration, I don't know how strong, okay, that in every year, you have whatever to be revealed in that year. This may be more correct, because the other deeds, it comes by this pattern. So you are right about it. Perhaps it's not one shot. I'm not that clear, about it. It could be over, because we have one narration that over 20 years it was.
Over 23 years, so
should be 23.
It will come every year.
Yes, every year, whatever is going to be revealed in that particular year will come from the tablet to Al-Wah al-Mahu al-Ismail. Yes.
One more question over here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Coming back to the is there...
قال الذين كفروا لولا نزل عليه.
1 minute, we have questions. Yes.
Is there a meaning for the letters Hamim, or is it...
Okay, you reminded me. I'll speak about. Sorry, I forgot because of get involved, on those. Thank you. We'll speak about. Yes, your question.
قال الذين كفروا لولا نزل عليه القرآن جملة واحدة. From where? الواحد محو
عليه. That's mean the last destination. You see, from the heaven. From the first heaven to on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Support your opinion, the first one.
Okay.
بس عم بيقول جملة واحدة مرة واحدة.
يعني all together. Shall we explain Hamim or when we come back?
Yes.
When we come back, he wants to have Blake. We'll explain, inshallah. Remind me, when we come back, we'll speak about Hamim. In my opinion, again, I am not that good, I'm not skillful, speaking about the letters, I'm not familiar. I know that there's some scholars, they are too familiar with this, but I'm not one of them. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.